Okay, I said what I would do is I would do a quick stream on how to take a really long video like the dragon that I drew. Well, I didn't draw it, I 3D modeled it a couple of days ago, which so far is running at about 8 hours, and I wish that fucking dog would shut up. And how to edit it so that you can squeeze it down into an hour, 45 minutes, and just have it whizzing through at the appropriate speeds. Now, if you've got a YouTube channel, this helps even more. There happens to be mine. Needs to be reloaded because I haven't watched it. I haven't refreshed it in a bit. None of these videos are available because there we go. Now Twitch will tend to, if you've got music on in the background, which I was playing at the time, Twitch will mute your audio. Oh look, a little advert, yay. But you've got settings, you can watch it at 2 times normal speed, which is still kind of slow. We're going to squish it down a lot more than that. So, I will turn that off. Oh, you can't actually see because I haven't changed it over. But YouTube will only allow you to play it twice the normal speed. We're going to fix that. So let's get into it. Now this is my desktop display. What you need to do is, don't know if you can see here, up in your tools menu, if you've already set this up and enabled, this is XSplit. I assume OBS also allows you to record your own videos. If you look in tools, you can go to my recordings, it'll all whiz up, and these are your folders that it's putting recordings in. These are all the same folder. For some reason it's putting everything in the same one and splitting them up in all sorts. I don't know why. But these are my files. We will look for the most recent, which was yesterday, which is when I was last modeling, and the day before. Let's have a look at the durations. There's some pretty long durations here. There's 2 hours 31. That looks like one of them. So you can double click it, and if you give it just a moment to find what it's doing, there we go. There's our video, which is in VLC Media Player. Of course, lots of nasty extra sound. But then I did also have somebody else on in Skype as well with a very noisy mic. So I'll click through that. Oh no, this is playing World of Warcraft. It's the wrong video. Unfortunately, it doesn't show names. It only shows the dates there. But anyway, we'll get rid of that. What I have done, just for the sake of making things easier, is I've taken all of the videos of the modeling of the dragon, which is that one, and that one, because for some reason it's split it into 3 parts. I think my stream went down a couple. Well, the last one is actually a separate day, but I think during the main broadcast my stream did go down at one point. So we've got those 3 videos. Now you need an editing program of your choice. I've got Adobe Premiere, but there are other options out there. I'm not sure if Microsoft Movie Maker will allow you to squish yourself down. And I'm kind of going off of the edge of my... There we go. I'll bring the chair down a little. So we will open Adobe Premiere, which I've already opened so you don't have to watch the splash screen and all that fun shit. And then you want to go to your File menu and import files. Now I happen to know these are on my desktop. So we'll go to desktop. I think they're down at the bottom. There is also a whole bunch of other crap on my desktop. And now we have to find it. The 19th and the 20th. Those are my 3 files. So we will select those and we will open them. Now that will happily import away. While it does, we can whistle a little tune or something. Now unfortunately these video files will not be muted, because these have been recorded directly to my hard drive. Twitch hasn't been anywhere near them, neither has YouTube, so they haven't muted out my audio at all. But we're going to get rid of the audio anyway, because it'll just sound like a chipmunk. So now we have got our media, which should have imported. Oh no, it's still going. There we go. Now what I need to do is I need to figure out which one is which. Now if you'll notice over down here I've got a little bit of problem with my keying. There's a bit of green screen at the back that's just shaded too dark. I really need to figure out my green screen. But anyway, we have got our videos. We've got a 4-hour, we've got a nearly 6-hour, and then we've got yesterday, which was only 1 hour. So we need to figure out which one is which. So what we'll do, no, maybe we won't do that. Oh, it's selecting everything. Of course, this is going to be going a bit slower than it usually does because of streaming. Alright, I see, it's still processing because they are pretty long files. So this is going to take a little while to process. We're not going to be using too much of any effects or anything like that. We're just going to keep this dead simple. Please tell me Adobe didn't just crash. It's certainly taken its time. Now, there we go, it's back. For those of you wondering whether your stream is frozen, I couldn't tell you because mine definitely has. It's a terrible, terrible thing and it does it a lot. I mean, all in all, we got 4 hours, call that 6. We got 7 hours of video in here, so it's going to take a little while for Adobe to process it all. Normally it's much, much quicker than this. There's also a way to do it with Adobe Audition, but either way, this is a part I could also do with time-lapsing. But unfortunately then I would have to edit this stream of the stream that I'm editing, and that would just get fucking confusing. So yeah, this one's going up on YouTube, so answer in the comment section below if OBS or OBS or whatever you want to call it also has a record your stream to your local drive feature. I really need to move this camera, and moving the camera is not so easy because it involves moving the whole goddamn computer. And here goes Adobe going again. Flashy, flashy. We will get there. Hopefully it's not dropping too many frames. Right, here we go. So now, there's one of them done, I think. Yep, that's the first one done. Why is it importing again? Stop it. We do not need to import anything else. I don't know why it's done that, but it seems this first one is done. So we can give that the... It's struggling a little bit with streaming and importing. Right, so this is first stream. We can skip through. So you see, there we go, there's our stream. And the part where it broke. So that's all good. So what we can do is we can take that video there when it wants to. I think maybe what we just got to do is wait for all of these to process, because it's just being silly. But as you can see, unfortunately this has the nasty habit of wanting to pop up every track, which is being a pain in the freaking ass. Complete with audio track. Oh look, there's my XSplit while I was playing with my chroma key again. I seem to spend all of my time playing with that. It just doesn't seem to auto-detect it. Oh god, because just what I need. So there we go, that one's done. I'm waiting to the point where I can drag the file over into our video window here. Now is it going to let me? Yes, it's finally let me. So we will change the sequence settings so that it matches the output of the window, and the video will render as the same size as it was. So I won't get any squishing or stretching or anything like that. Now we're waiting on that to import. All that's basically doing is it's working out the frames which it'll put in there. It'll work out the audio which it'll put in there. The audio we won't need because we're going to mute all of that. Where you free audio. I may just put some of that on the final version. Actually, while we're waiting for everything to upload, we will go and get ourselves some audio that we can use, that YouTube won't mute us for, that we can use for monetization and so that fun stuff. Oh, and of course, Adobe's gone not responding, but it'll catch up, don't worry. Do not panic. It's because XSplit's streaming, that's all. I want to play music now, but I can't because otherwise this one will get muted and that'll defeat the purpose of a tutorial. Just gotta wait for Adobe. just try and minimize it if we can. It's still going not responding. There we go. Adobe has minimized desktop with my huge mess of shit over here. Now what did I come over here for? Yes. We want to try to get our Google Chrome to open. Of course, our memory resources and our RAM is very high. Of course, I need more RAM in this machine. It's only running 4 gigabytes, which is helping much. Those of you who want to help, go have a look at the wish list. There's RAM on there that would be just perfect. Oh, something went ba-ding, and I don't know what. Do I want to change the color scheme? No, because unfortunately if I do, it'll screw up all of XSplit, because XSplit does not like it when our theme is removed. YouTube. Now I forget exactly where the royalty-free music's at, so I may have to do a little bit of searching. Let's have a look, see how Premiere is doing. Maybe what I should have done is just uploaded them one at a time, instead of all of them at once. No, it's still not responding. So I think what we're going to have to do... Oh no, it started responding again now. Typical. Well, we'll leave that to carry on processing. There you go, we see we've got one already up in the window. Alright, that's on the last one now. So, it's doing that one, which is only a short one. So, let's try and make our window big enough. Maybe. Well, this tutorial's going well, ain't it? Unfortunately, I don't think you can actually record a video and then upload it to Twitch. I suppose you could stream the video playing, but... And that's ticking along. There we go, we can make it bigger now. So we can see the whole of our video there. We'll close that completely. Because it's being a pain. We'll wait for that to finish before we start messing with the rest. See if we can get a picture that's not the top of my head. Slightly better. Alright, Chrome finally decided to shut down. Chrome's a bit of a pain at times. But what can you do? Other than use Firefox or Internet Explorer if you must. Don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed Chrome has been taking up more and more of my resources as time's gone on. I mean, there's been a few times I've opened the process tree and it's running like 15 different entries. As you can see, our little status bar there is getting towards the end. Now we'll soon find out if that was the last one or there's still another to do. Yay, Chrome is finally opened. Well, it's attempting to anyway. Of course, Adobe's taking all the memory, so this is YouTube royalty-free music downloads. That's what we want. So now let it Google away. Right, now what did it do there? It didn't actually search, it just sent me to YouTube. Duh. YouTube audio library. There we go, that's the all about. So let's go to the audio library, which has basically landed me where that window had gone anyway. So, free music. Oh god, the itsy bitsy spider, you gotta be kidding. That's enough of that. So we'll look for our genre. We want rock. So we're going to have to download a fair few of these. And there's quite a few of them. Let's see if we can find a good duration as well. 5 minutes or more. Won't let me. it won't let me double filter. But anyway, we got all of those, so we're going to have to download several in a minute. Right, it seems all of our videos have done. So we've got our first one in. Now to drag our second over to our timeline, we will add that. Stretch our window again. And last but not least, we'll add our third one. So our third one's going to need a little bit of editing because it's got the splash screen and shit at the front, which I want to remove. So what we've got there, right, let's go to, let's put our cursor there. We'll enlarge our window so we can see a little bit more what we're doing. We'll find the beginning. Which is a bit more difficult to do when you've got, see there we go, we've got the splash at the start, which is going on for a little while. Am I smiling ugly mug? Right, we're going to stretch this out a little bit so I can actually make sense. I know my splash screen wasn't on that long. Well, that's where it all begins again. So what we'll do is we will then take our video length and we will smush it so that we cut out the splash screen. And we'll move it over to where we'll stretch our window back out again so that we can see everything. There we go. So now what we need to do is we will mute our audio. Just for the moment. Then we need our selector tool. Well, what we'll do is we'll... Oh, don't start this crap again. Might be shift. Yeah, it's shift to select all of them. Then what we do is we take all of those, we right click, speed and duration. Now at the moment we're working with 7 hours of video. What we want to do, oh, it hasn't selected everything. We'll bring that back to the beginning. Right, select all. Now I need to find the Clip. Speed and duration. Right, we will take our duration. We want that 4 hours to squeeze down. How long do we want that 4 hours to be? 2 hours, 1 hour. We will squeeze that down to 30 minutes and 00 seconds. We'll take the 4 out because that'll just stretch it by about 2 minutes. We'll add a 0. We will click OK. Now what we see here is everything has been mushed together. Well, it's actually all been shrunk. Now we need to rearrange on our timeline. Make it big enough to grab. I'll take all of that and scroll it over. And we'll see if we can see what the fuck happened there. I'm not sure because I think where we are there is we are right, that's the beginning of the first video. Now we need to scrub through and find where our second video is, which is there. We'll bring that back. You can scroll faster than that, come on. Okay, I'm not rightly sure what's going on here. 1, 2. I have no idea where that last little video went. It's probably just incredibly small and back towards the end. Well, let's see what we've got so far. I just whizzed past something. Yep, there it is. Right then. So we can smush further as well if it's still too long. I'm aiming for about the hour, a 1 hour mark. To keep scrolling, that's the problem with such a large amount of video. There we go, so we've got 3 videos there. Alright, so let's watch. As you can see, it's already sped up quite a bit. Let's bring our view back down so we can actually see what we're doing. Now, it would seem I've overdone it, and I've put the whole lot into the space of about 6 minutes. So, what we want to do is clip, speed and duration. Alright, that's why I put it to 30. Yeah, I know what I did. I set that to be at the moment it's 2 minutes and 24 seconds, that clip. So what we want to do is we want to set that for 30 minutes, 0 seconds, and 0. And we'll hit OK. So now those are all extremely long again. Why is it grabbing more than one? Okay, well, undo that, undo that, undo that, undo that, and undo that. Edit. The best way to do this is going to be to do them all at the same time, I think. So we'll take that. Well, we can grab just that. We want a speed duration. The duration to 30 minutes. 0, 0. Alright, so the first part is now 30 minutes. Second part, we will set to, because that's nearly a 5-hour one, we'll also set that one to 30 minutes. So there we go, 30 minutes there. And then we'll set that one. Let's have a look at what this one's set to. Blah, 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 blah. So we can get them all to be the same rate. Speed and duration 801.6. So I'll copy that. Speed and duration 801.6. Oops, that didn't do what it was supposed to do at all. Oh. Eight oh 1.6. No, that's not right. Right. We will take that, delete. We'll take that, delete. We'll take that and delete. We'll drag in track 1 again. We will speed it up to 300%. Which still leaves it in at 1 hour and 20, so we need to do a bit more. So we'll go 450%. Maybe a bit less, because I was bringing it in at about 17 minutes. So we'll go with 400. Which then brings that in at exactly 1 hour, which isn't quite good enough. So we'll go for 50, 55 minutes. Let's try 600. Let's go way up there. 40 minutes. Okay. I just realized it's not changing the original, it's changing what's left over. So if you alter it to 200%, then you add another 200%, it 200%'s that original 200%. So we will go 750. And 30 man. 800%. 30 minutes. Awesome. So now we go over here, we find, well, we won't find clip 2 because clip 2 has yet to be put in. So then we put in clip 2. We alter that to the same speed, which is 800%. Brings our whole video in at 1 hour and 15. It's a little longer than I'd like, but that's okay. And finally our last clip, which we will also speed up to 800%. So we've got basically an 8-hour video that's now gone into 1 hour and 20 minutes. That we can live with. Like I said, I wanted to keep it around the hour. I suppose I could tinker around with these and speed it up. Now, if it hadn't have broken the stream and had been all one video, this would have been a lot easier. And if I hadn't added a bit from the day after. But if we zoom that back and we just run it and play it, I'll actually put audio on just for shits and giggles. Oh, this definitely sounds like the old 8-bit music from the Sega Mega Drive, doesn't it? And of course you'll be able to slow this down to half speed on YouTube as well. But as you can see now, it's still watchable. You can't find it. I'll turn that audio off because it's doing my head in. That is horrible. It is still watchable, sort of. I mean, the resolution will obviously be better, but we'll get there. Alright, so now we've got our video smushed down, but it's a bit boring now, isn't it? So, we go back to the audio library at YouTube. We've got an hour and 20 minutes to fill. Let's find some music that we like. We'll have us a copy of that. Test out a few tracks, see how we like them. That's happy enough. So we'll have that. We'll grab a copy of that. That sounds alright, so we'll have a copy of that. A little bit angry. Yeah, we'll go with a bit of that. Yeah, that sounds okay. Oh, I already like that one. So we'll have that. We'll grab that. Grab that. Yeah, a bit too manic. funky. Yeah, I really like that. So we've got a few to go on with. We'll see how much more we're going to need. So what we then do is, we can do this one of two ways. We can minimize that down, because there you see all of the stuff that I've just downloaded. So we'll grab that. We will also grab those. And we'll drag them all over to our timeline. And I really can't be bothered to download anymore, so we'll just drag them all again. And once more. And one last time. And as you can see, we've now got overspill, so we'll just grab the ones we don't want, which are going to be those, and delete them. Now we can, no, I don't think we'll bother with fade outs and stuff like that, but there we go. We've now got ourselves an audio as we go through. The audio changes as we do. Of course, you can take more time out of that and have different tracks every single track, so you've got yourself a collection. But now we have got the whole shebang. We've got it all done and ready. It's coming in at just under an hour and 20 minutes, which is alright because I've not got the 15-minute restriction anymore. So what we then do is we go to our file menu. Eventually. We export media. There is all of our settings. We got 720 by 480. We don't want AVI, we want now what's that doing? What are you doing? Stop that. Oh, it's back. No, that's not right. We will go with a MPEG 4. No, we won't. We will go with a QuickTime movie. Or we could just go match sequence settings. .25 FPS. No. High definition 1080i. We'll go with that. We'll export audio. And we're good to go. I'm not going to use a maximum quality render because it doesn't need it. So we will change our output name to, We're going to save it to the desktop because that's where I put everything because I'm lazy. We're going to call that Dragon Modeling Part 1 because it's not finished yet. Time-lapse. We will save that there. So now that's all going to name properly. And now we export. And this is where it just sits and renders. This will probably take about 5-10 minutes to do. It's thinking about it. It's definitely thinking about it. Now for years and years and years I used Vegas Pro, Sony Vegas, and then I stopped because this came with Creative Suite, and I thought, well, I'll try and figure out how to learn how to use it. Still only on the basics, but the basics is all you need to time-lapse a long video. Great for all of you artists out there who just sit and potter around for 6, 8, 12 hours at a time. But want to put it on YouTube and not bore the pants off of everyone. But of course on YouTube they can always slow it down. I mean, I don't know just how close to the original it will get when I put it on YouTube and play it at half speed. I mean, obviously it will go from a 1 hour 20-minute video to a 2 hour and 40-minute video, and it was 8 to begin with, so it's still going to be fairly fast. But if you want to watch the detailed making of, then you need to follow the Twitch channel and follow the Twitter, and they will let you know when I'm going live, of course. I was thinking about encoding. It is, of course, encoding at 1080, so that's going to take some time. I mean, it's rolling in at 1 hour 19 minutes and 58 seconds, so... can't complain too much at that. Of course, as soon as this is finished, I will be uploading it to my channel at YouTube, so you can see the final result there. I won't bore you all to death and play it live over the stream because, yeah, it's a little bit pointless. You can listen to the muted version of the normal speed by going through the previous videos section. Now this is obviously going to take a little while to encode and to sequence and render and whatever other words you want to use that I can't think of. So I'm thinking I may just pause the video or end the video here, and you can go and watch it at the YouTube channel, which is linked in my profile. So there you have it, folks. That is how you squeeze down a long video into a shorter one. Now ideally I'd have liked it to have all been one video, but it's the same thing. It all works out right in the end. So, until next time, I might be streaming a bit later, doing some more work on the dragon, or I might be doing video games, but I'm definitely planning on streaming again later on. I will catch you all later, and arrivederci. Well, that exit didn't go quite as according to plan, because as you can see, XSplit has decided to take forever to disconnect. So, catch you all later.